Now coming on to the some of the formulas, right? So in the formulas, we had already seen the most basic of formula is a simple cell reference. So this is how I can refer to this as a cell. Now this is a formatted data. That is why this kind of thing is coming. Otherwise, if this was a not formatted data, so I'm just copying it and I will take it to a separate sheet and I will just simply paste values. I will go to paste. So whenever we are doing copy paste, all these options are available. I can paste all, which means data as well as the formats. I can only copy formulas. I can only copy values. I can only copy formats, only copy comment, and only copy validation. All these things are possible. Similarly, we can choose which kind of theme we want to keep. We want to use a source theme, all except borders. Column width we want to copy, formulas and number formats we want to copy. So all those things are there. So say I just say values, right? So I end up with this sheet. So now I should not be required to. So this is a simple formula. Okay. And as formula, there are some inbuilt functions in this. So if you will click on this particular thing, you will find all these are inbuilt mathematical functions in Excel. Okay. Even a standard deviation, sine, cos, theta, all those things are available. But mostly in our work, we will not be using all that. So another way to use it is sum. And I can just give the entire range. I'm simply dragging my mouse below. So this is the entire thing. I will close the bracket and just equal to. So this is the formula it becomes. To give a range, I can give a range using colon when the cells are in a serial order or next to each other. If I want to add some values which are not continuous, so for example, this either I can do a comma, comma, or comma. So you see, even this is highlighted, which values you are selecting, and this will be a sum. One more thing you can do is I can, instead of being sum, in this case, I can even do like this, right? The way you will do on maths, that is how you do it here. Okay. Now, one important thing is that these are all references to the cell, right? So suppose if I had written I3, I5, I7, if I will copy this formula and over here I will go and I will simply say, I can actually do a normal copy also, but I just want to show you. I will go to paste special and just formula, right? The value changes. Why? Because automatically this has changed to I10, I12, I14 instead of what? Instead of I3, I5, I7. Is this understood? So relatively, your cell references will automatically update when you copy paste formula to a different cell. Okay. So we use this a lot. A very common use case can be, okay, so this is my formula. Suppose I want to copy paste this formula to a different cell, but I don't want reference values to be changed. I will simply cut this other. I will come to this particular cell. So here, if I will write again, paste it, you will find that whatever I had copied earlier remains the same and the value will be the same. So a very common practice is that, for example, I want to know that what percentage of total sales is this value. So I will do something like I2 divided by here. Now, when I do this, remember, I have to ensure that my cell doesn't, reference value doesn't change. I am only needed to put a dollar sign here. Okay. And this is a value. And as I told you earlier, I can simply do a percentage here. So it is practically showing 0%. I am taking 2 decimal points. So it is saying 0.18%. Now to find out the same thing for the next rows and so on, I simply need to drag it down. Nothing else. Okay. So this becomes I3, but my 246 serial number doesn't change. Because I'm moving my formula vertically down, my cell values, anyways, my column values will be the same only. So I don't need to worry about the I column. Only thing I need to worry is that when I go to I3 or J3, this 246 shouldn't become 247 because my total value is in a single column only. So now I have to just drag it down. Okay. Similarly, if suppose I cannot show you this thing in a similar example. Okay, I will show you one more thing. So I will just copy this part. I will go to next sheet. There is also one special paste value called transpose. Can you find transpose here? Yeah, right. So this is transpose. So basically it will paste it. It will make vertical horizontal and horizontal vertical, right? Now suppose the same thing was there. Actually, I don't need to do with total price. I should do it with, yeah, fine. So this is total price. Again, I can put some over here. So I just have to do this, drag it and close it. Again, suppose I want to put percentage over here. So now I have to divide it by like this, right? If I want to calculate the percentage of C, D, E, F now, in H1, where should I put the dollar sign? So if I put this formula like this, oops, yeah, and I do like this, so what happens is this. Because when I move to the next cell, the formula becomes, here the formula was B1 over H1. So one value divided by the total of it. It's a percentage, right? But once I move to next cell, because I have not put any freezing point in here, my formula becomes C1 by I1, which is blank. And the formula fails. So I am asking you in this, where should I put the dollar sign so that my HI column is H1 column is not impacted. So I will say in front of H. Okay. So now when I drag it towards the right, I don't need to worry about the. So the point is, I don't need to worry about the first row because I am dragging the formula towards horizontally, right? So my reference of this is my second row and this is my first row. Here my formula is referring from second row to first row. So because I am in second row in all the cells, I don't need to worry about the row reference. Okay, I only need to worry about the column reference. So this is how you will put the formula in practice. Using Excel, you can actually go ahead and create as complex formulas as you want, right? One other aspect that we use a lot in the formulas are which you might be using is something called a VLOOKUP. Okay, so suppose I insert a new sheet like this. So this is food sales, and here I have got product, quantity, city, and the region I have got, and ID I have got. There is no product. Okay, so suppose someone had asked you to show me the abbreviations for this city, for example, right now. So I will go here. I will just put it here, and I can do few things with this. To find the unique cities in this sheet, I can do 2 3 things. One is sort. I will sort this data. Second thing is I will remove duplicates. So in my entire data, only 4 cities are there. Now suppose I write a, so Boston means BSTN, for example. Los Angeles means LANG. New York means NEYK. And I'm just putting something random, right? So suppose these were the abbreviations for these cities. This is city and this is ABBR, right? And someone asked you that in your data, you want to actually find the something basis the abbreviations. Okay. So how can I automatically update abbreviations over here? So this is my reference sheet and this is my actual sheet. So one way is manual way, that you this is BSTN. So you type BSTN here and so on, which is a very time consuming thing. So this is called VLOOKUP, where from one sheet I can look up for the data in the next sheet, right? So I will choose this, and again see what I will do here. I will make this range and the entire range as a frozen range, because I don't want this range to change. There is no other value in the table, right? And I can write something like this. So 10 will not work. I think I should write 20. So you see, automatically this entire data is updated in this particular cell, and it is fetches the corresponding value. It matches this value with something here and then gives the second value in return. This particular thing is called VLOOKUP. Okay, and a similar thing is called HLOOKUP also, but HLOOKUP is less used. So now if someone wants to ask you the quantity sold basis this particular value, you can easily do it. So basically you can merge the data between two sheets using VLOOKUP. Okay, so this is about the VLOOKUP thing.